Hi and Assalamualaikum everyone. I'm Sarah and my friend and I will be presenting our case study titled AI in Forensic Genetics in STR Analysis, and this presentation we will explore how artificial intelligence is revolutionizing the field of genetics and solving major challenges in this area. Let's begin with the basic. Genetics is the study of genes and how traits are passed from one generation to another. It plays a crucial role in understanding disease, inheritance, and human biology. Now, what is AI or artificial intelligence? In simple terms, it refers to machine or software that can learn, think, and make decisions just like humans. So why we combining both? Because genetic data is extremely complex and massive. AI help process this data much faster and more accurately than traditional method. This combination allows scientists to identify disease-related genes, predict outcome, and create personalized treatment more efficiently. One specific and powerful example of AI in genetics is STR analysis or short tandem repeat analysis. STR are short repeated sequences in our DNA to each person. They are widely used in forensic, paternity testing, and genetic research. Traditionally, STR analysis involve manually comparing these repeating pattern, which can be time consuming and prone to human error, especially when dealing with large databases. But with AI, this process becomes faster and more accurate. AI tools can automatically detect and analyze and match STR pattern across thousands of DNA samples in just minutes. This improves identification in crime scenes, speed up missing person investigation, and even support disease gene tracking.
Hi, I am Nurfatin Hazira binti Nur Hazri, and I am going to tell you on the first step in the process of how AI works in the STR analysis. This process starts with collecting data from many DNA samples. These samples are include both single person DNA and also mixture from up to 5 people. Each sample is described using 90 details like the number of genetic markers, allele, their frequency, and the height of peaks in the DNA test results, which are converted into numerical variables suitable for the machine learning analysis.
I'm Danya and I will tell you the second step of the processes. The next step is organizing and representing. It organizes and represents the important information clearly where these genetic matrices are encoded in a way that captures meaningful pattern relevant to the number of contributors. A computer program called a machine learning program is then trained to look at these details and learn how they relate to the actual number of people who contributed to the sample. After training, this program can look at new DNA samples and guess how many people contributed.
Last point is about AI interpretation. To make sure we understand how the program makes its guesses, special tool called explainable AI technique are used. These tools show which details had the biggest influence on each guess and what small changes in the DNA data could change in the number of people estimated. When a new DNA sample is tested, the computer model looks at the different information from sample. It then guesses how many people contributed to the DNA. It also explains which details were most important for making that guess, and explanation are shown in picture or chart. This helps in making the complex DNA data easier to understand.
Now I will tell you the problem and the solution. Have you ever seen the problem we face during the traditional STR analysis? So the first problem is interpretation of complex and mixed samples. STR profiling, especially in forensic context, often involves interpreting DNA mixture from multiple individuals. Distinguish between the true allele and artifacts such as started peaks is challenging, especially when the DNA is degraded or present in low amounts. Next is manual and time-consuming processes. As we know, traditional methods don't do everything automatically. Experts still need to carefully check and confirm the results by hand. So this process is slow and can sometimes lead to errors because it depends heavily on human judgments. Lastly is static analytical thresholds. Traditional STR analysis uses fixed thresholds to decide whether a peak represents a true allele or just a background noise. If a true allele's peak is below the thresholds that common in degraded DNA, it will be missed, causing a false negative. So how to overcome all the problems? The existence of the AI is the answer. It is because AI can handle complex datasets. Massively parallel sequencing, MPS, also known as next generation sequencing, is a powerful technology that can analyze thousands of genetic markers at the same time. It can generate much more detailed DNA information in a single test. Next, automated STR profiling with deep learning. Unlike static thresholds, AI models learn from a raw electropherogram data to distinguish true allele from the noise. This characteristic improves the reliability for the degraded samples. Lastly, dynamic analytical thresholds. AI improves STR analysis by using dynamic thresholds instead of fixed thresholds to decide if a peak in an electropherogram is a true allele or just a noise. Instead of ignoring all the peaks below the present high, AI learns by looking closely at the difference of the actual background noise and the signal patterns in each individual sample.
Next is the recommendation for using AI in STR analysis. The first recommendation is to use validated and reliable AI tools. It is because not all software are created equally. In forensic science, using untested and poorly designed AI can lead to major consequences. It is including the wrongful identification or mismatches. It is to ensure that the results are scientifically sound, reliable, and can stand up in court under the legal standard. Secondly, it is essential to ensure that the forensic analysts are well trained in using AI tools where the analyst must understand on how the system works, what the output means, and how to handle the edge case like low template DNA or mixed sample. Without training, even with the best AI system, it can be misinterpreted or misused. Training should cover interpretation of probabilistic genotyping results, error detection, and limits of the AI models. The third recommendation is to maintain transparency and human oversight. Even with advanced AI, there must always be human oversight. AI can assist with STR interpretation, but the final decision, especially those with legal consequences, should be confirmed by a trained expert. This approach ensures the accountability, reduces the risk of over-reliance on technology, and allows the expert to explain the result clearly in court. And finally, the use of AI in forensic genetics must be guided by a strong ethical and legal framework. This includes protecting the genetic privacy by ensuring that the AI does not reinforce racial or population biases and setting a clear rules for data storage, access, and sharing. These policies will help to ensure that the AI support the fairness and justice rather than creating a new risk or inequalities. In conclusion, the use of artificial intelligence in STR analysis is transforming the field of forensic genetics. AI allows us to analyze DNA evidence with a greater accuracy, speed, and objectivity. It enhances our ability to interpret the complex or degraded DNA profiles, separate mixed sample, and calculate statistical probabilities with far more precision than the traditional methods. While the technology is powerful, it is important to remember that it is not flawless. That is why we must combine the AI tools with expert human oversight. The forensic analysts need a proper training to interpret the AI output and understand their limitation. Using validated tools that meet scientific and legal standards is also essential to ensure the credibility of results in the court. The ethical and legal considerations are also important. DNA evidence carries a sensitive personal data, and AI must be used in ways that to respect the privacy, reduce bias, and support fairness in the justice system. So ultimately, AI is not here to replace the forensic scientists. It is here to support them. When the AI is used responsibly, it can greatly enhance both the science and integrity of the forensic investigation. By combining technology with human judgment, we can ensure that AI in STR analysis serves its most important goals, which is helping to deliver the truth and justice. These are the references that we use.